Good morning children. Welcome back to online class. Today I am going to teach that lesson from civics part, lesson 1, Indian Constitution. Yes, Indian Constitutions. Okay, yes. So, this person, do you know this person? Whether you saw anywhere? Yes, in the lower classes, whether you learnt children, once you can recollect. Yes, in the lower classes you might have learned about this person. Yes, this person only, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes, Bhima Rao Ramji Ambedkar. Bhima Rao Ramji Ambedkar. He is recognized as the father of the Indian Constitution. He is recognized as the father of the Indian Constitution. Yes, Dr. Bhima Rao Ramji Ambedkar, otherwise B.R. Ambedkar. Yes. So in this lesson, what are the things we are going to learn in the sense, in the learning objectives itself, we can come to know. Okay. Yes, the first one is we are going to know about the Indian Constitution, how they were made, the Indian Constitution. Yes. The next one, the salient features of the Indian Constitution. Yes, so what are the features are there? Nearly 11 to 14 points are there, children, in the salient features of the Constitution as special characteristics or otherwise, we can tell special features are there. Yes, so that is salient features of the Indian Constitution. Then from this lesson, we can come to know about the fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Yes, fundamental rights as well as fundamental duties. Yes, then from this lesson is directive principles of state policy also we can understand. So through the directive policy is they are telling the government, is they were advising the government, okay, how to rule over the country, how to rule over the people. Yes, everything it is given in the directive principles of state policy. Yes, so finally we are going to understand about the central as well as state relationship, central government as well as state government relationship, as well as emergency provisions also we are going to learn from this lesson. Okay, yes. So the introduction part, it is given, children. You can check it, your book, page number 239. You can take it, children. So what are the things are given in the introduction part? In the sense, is very limited introduction part is given in this lesson, children. So the Constitution of India, the Indian Constitution is a fundamental law of a country, like that they are telling. Yes, this is the fundamental law. Yes, so our Constitution reflects the fundamental principles. Okay, so fundamental principles, it is reflecting on which the government of that country is based. So each and every country's fundamental principles, how the particular government has to rule over the country, everything it mentioned in the Constitution. Okay, so Constitution, how they were considered in the sense, this is the vehicle of the nation's progress, like that they are telling. Progress in the sense growth. Yes, progress. What is the meaning, children? Growth. Okay, so this is the, this is in the sense the Constitution is the vehicle of the nation's progress, like that it is given. Okay, the concept of the Constitution, where it was originated in first time, where it was originated in the sense, in the United States of America only, the concept of Constitution was originated, otherwise emerged in the United States of America. Yes, the one mark answer, children, one word answer. The concept of Constitution was first originated in the United States of America. Yes, moreover, our Constitution is considered as the vehicle of a nation's progress. So these are the things only given in the introduction part. This is the fundamental law of a country. It has consisted the fundamental law. Moreover, it's given many features are there. It is telling to the government how to rule over the country, how to rule over the people. Yes, so everything is given in the Constitution, like that it is given, children. The next one, why do we need a Constitution? What is the use of that Constitution? Why do we need a Constitution? So all our country, one of the democratic country in the world is India, is one of the democratic country. Yes, so all the democratic countries, they have a Constitution. Yes, with the help of that Constitution only, they were the government, the particular government is ruling, they were ruling over the people as well as ruling over the country. So here it is given all democratic countries have the constitution. Yes, so with the help of that only, they were ruling us. Okay, so here the second line it is given, children, a constitution puts down. Yes, so I am going to tell made. Yes, instead of puts down, I am going to tell made. A constitution made certain principles. Okay, certain principles, it's prepared. It was prepared, otherwise it was made, that form the basis of any kind of a state that we as citizens desire to live in. Yes, so the constitution only prepares certain principles. Yes, how to rule over the country, how to rule over the people. Yes, so everything, it is given in the constitution, like that it is given, children. A constitution tells us the fundamental nature of our society. So through the constitution, we can come to know about the fundamental nature. Yes, fundamental nature in the sense, fundamental rights are there as well as fundamental duties are there. So these are the things and all we can come to know with the help of our constitution. Okay, so that's what we need, a constitution like that. That's what, in the sense, what is the reason, what are the purposes are there, so we can come to know about the fundamental rights as well as the fundamental duties. Okay, moreover the constitution, is the constitution, it prepared some certain, otherwise it's prepared some principles, okay, some doctrines, is something it prepared to rule over the country. Yes, so these are the things and all we can come to know with the help of the constitution. So that's what we should have the constitution, like that they are telling. Yes, so we need to know these are the things, that's what. Okay, then 1.2, what is the thing is given in the sense the making of Indian constitution. Yes, listen children, yes, before entering into this para, I must teach about the cabinet mission plan. Okay, cabinet mission. Yes, so here one line is given, simply they had given one line here children, cabinet mission plan. Which year it was signed? In the sense 1946 it was signed. Okay, before entering into the para, I must teach about the cabinet mission plan. So what is that? I am going to explain, children. In the year 1946 it was signed. Okay, in March month 1946, the cabinet mission is the cabinet mission under the Pethick Lawrence, A.V. Alexander, Sir Stafford Cripps. So these three British officers, they were visited India. Yes, they were visited India. Whomever, children, Pethick Lawrence, A.V. Alexander and Sir Stafford Cripps. So these three British officers, British officials, they were visited to India. Yes, they were visited India to negotiate. Yes, they were, negotiation. Okay, so they are going to do something, yes, in the peaceful manner with the Indian leaders, about the transfer of power, So that committee, yes, that cabinet mission committee, three people I told, is it, three officers I told, is it? So the three people, they were recommended. What is the meaning? They were suggested. The federal government. So as per the suggestion of cabinet mission plan, a constituent assembly should be elected to draw up the future constitution of India. Yes, so till the constitution, so that committee in the sense the cabinet mission only suggested, the three people committee, cabinet mission committee. So the three people committee, they were recommended, otherwise they were suggested to set up the constituent assembly to draw the future constitution of India. So till the what they told, in the sense the next one, till the constitution was ready, an interim government should be there. Okay, so interim government of all the parties should be set up at the center. So these are the provisions of the cabinet mission plan. Which was signed in the year 1946 by three British officers, Sir Pethick Lawrence, Sir Strafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander. These three people, they were signed the treaty, they were signed that negotiations with the Indian leaders about the transfer of power. Yes, that about the transfer of power. Yes. So now we can enter into this para, children. The Constitution of India was framed by the Constituent Assembly. So who prepared the Constitution? Yes, who prepared the Constitution? Constituent Assembly. Yes, Constitution Assembly was that members only, they were prepared the Constitution of India. Okay, so under the Cabinet Mission Plan. So just before only I explained about Cabinet Mission Plan. As per the suggestion of the Cabinet Mission Plan, Constituent Assembly was set up. Okay, they were prepared the Constitution for India. Okay, so that assembly, the Constituent Assembly consisted, how many members are there in the sense? Totally in the Constituent Assembly, 389 members were there. Okay, so out of 389 members, 292 members from the provinces they came. Okay, from the from the provinces, 292 members attended the Constituent Assembly. From the states, 93 people attended. Okay, 93 people attended. And then chief commissioners, provinces, 3 of them attended. And from the Balochistan, 1 person attended in the Constituent Assembly. So the assembly, the Constituent Assembly, when it was held, the first meeting, the first meeting, it's very, very important, children. The first meeting of the Constituent Assembly, when it was conducted, otherwise when it was held, in the sense December 9, yes, December 9, 1946, it was held. It's a one-word answer. This is the one-word answer. The first meeting of the Constituent Assembly, when it was held, in the sense December 9, 1946. Okay, so the first president is the oldest person. Okay, oldest member is name of the person is Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. So this person, he became the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, so he was the temporary president, oldest person is the first president who, in the sense, in the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. Sachidananda Sinha. Yes, while the work was in progress, progress in the sense it was going on, the work was going on, is the constitution preparation work was going on. Unfortunately, what happened? Dr. Sachidananda Sinha died. Okay, so after the death of Sachidananda Sinha, who came into power, in the sense Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad, as he was elected as the president of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, so similarly, whomever elected as the vice president of the assembly, H.C. Mukherjee, yes, Mukherjee, yes, H.C. Mukherjee, as well as V.T. Krishnamachari. So these both people, they were elected as the vice president of the assembly. Okay, so the assembly in the sense Constituent Assembly. Okay, Sachidananda Sinha, so he was the first president of the Constituent Assembly. Unfortunately, the person died. After that, who became the president, in the sense Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad came as a president of the Constituent Assembly, who became the two members, became the vice president, H.C. Mukherjee as well as V.T. Krishnamachari. Yes, so these both people, they were elected as the vice president of the Constituent Assembly. The assembly, yes, the assembly met for 11 sessions. 11 sessions they were conducted, along with 166 days of meetings during the discussion. Yes, when they were discussing about the constitution, yes, so many amendments were presented. Amendments, what is the meaning? In the sense changes. Okay, so many difference of opinion. Yes, nearly 2,473 amendments were presented. Some, they were accepted, something. Okay, some amendments, they were accepted. This Constituent Assembly worked through various committees, and a draft of the constitution was prepared. It's very, very important. The draft of the constitution was prepared by the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimarao Ramji Ambedkar. Yes, Bhimarao Ramji Ambedkar. So under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Yes, they were prepared that they were drafted the Constitution of India. So that's what, this person is a Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is he is recognized as the father of the Indian Constitution. Okay, so these are the things are given in your book, children. You can check it. Yes, how many changes they were presented, they got it in the sense how many times, So these are the amendments. Amendments in the sense changes, suggestions. 2,473 amendments were presented, but some of them were accepted. Okay, yes. So these are the things, children. The next one is this person. Then first initial stage itself, introduction part itself, I told you people, I showed you people, Dr. Bhimarao Ramji Ambedkar. This person is recognized as the father of our Indian Constitution. Okay, yes. The next one, that page number 240, it is given, children. You can check it after the draft. Okay, so the work, everything over. After the draft, had been discussed by the people. Okay, the constitution was discussed by the people. The press members, they were, discussed, as well as provincial assemblies and others. The constitution finally adapted. Yes, they were adapted in the sense here. Yes, accepted on, yes, when it was accepted, the constitution, when it was accepted by the people, by the government in the sense November 26, 1949, it has consisted a preamble. Yes, what does mean by preamble? Yes, the constitution has consisted a preamble, preamble in the sense introduction. Yes, preamble in the sense, what is that? Introduction. Okay, so 22 parts are there. Yes, in the constitution, it contains 22 parts are there, preamble, 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules are there. Okay, 395 articles are there and 8 schedules are there. One word answer, children. Book inside one words. Okay, yes, the drafted constitution, when it was came into force, when it was came into being in the sense, 26th January 1950. Yes, 26th January 1950, it came into force, it came into being. Okay, so this day, yes, which day? 26th January 1950. So this day is known as the Republic Day. So it is being observed every year. So every year, we are celebrating that day as a Republic Day. Okay, 26th January 1950. Okay, children. Yes. So the next one is Prem Bihari Narain is Raizada. Okay, so this person, he was the calligrapher of the Indian Constitution. Yes, so here, they did not print anything. Okay, the Indian Constitution, no, they did not print, they did not take any Xerox copy. So this person was responsible. So he made Constitution as the beauteous one because, the original Constitution was handwritten. Okay, it was handwritten by this person in a flowing italic style. Okay, in a flowing italic style. Yes, so the original constitution was handwritten. Okay, so this person was responsible for that. He was a calligrapher, Prem Bihari Narain Raizada. Okay, Prem Bihari Narain Raizada. So this person was the calligrapher of the Indian Constitution. One word answer, children. Book inside one words. Okay, book inside one word, children. Yes. Then this is the person, Prem Bihari Narain Raizada. Okay, so this is the person. So this person only, he had written the constitution in a flowing italic style. Yes, italic style, bold, regular, like that. In the system we have, italic like that. Yes, in the flowing italic style, he had written the constitution. Okay, so this person was responsible for that. The next one, in that 1.3, yes, that's salient features of the Indian Constitution. Yes, so what are the salient features? What are the important features? What are the characteristics are there? Yes, what are the characteristics of the Indian Constitution in the sense, it is the lengthiest. Okay, so our Indian Constitution is the lengthiest of all written constitutions of the world. It's the lengthiest constitution like that it is given. Yes, why they are telling? Just before I told you people, it has consisted preamble, 22 parts are there, 395 articles are there, as well as 8 schedules are there like that. Just before only I told children, that's what they are telling. So this is the lengthiest. Our Indian Constitution is the lengthiest constitution of all the written constitution of the world. Yes. So Second point, what is given in the sense, this is the paragraph answer, children. Listen carefully. It has borrowed. Okay, so this, our Indian constitution, it has borrowed most of its provisions from other countries, from the constitutions of various countries. From the USSR, it is getting something. From the Japan, it's getting something. So from the United States of America, from the Britain constitution, so it has borrowed as many good things from others constitutions. So that's the meaning. So the third one, what is given, it is partly rigid, partly flexible. What does mean by rigid? In the sense, suddenly, in some cases, we cannot change, we cannot make any changes. So that's a rigid. Flexible in the sense, in some cases we can make, the possibilities are there to make some changes. So that is called as, that flexible. So that is called as flexible. Rigid in the sense, some cases we cannot make any changes. Flexible in the sense, we can make some changes in some cases. So that's a meaning. Okay, then the Constitution of India, establishes federal system of government. Federal system of government. Yes. So union government, a state government. So that's a federal system of government. Okay. Then next one, it makes India as a secular state. What does mean by secular state? Here in our India, so all the religious people are living here. Is it Hindus are there? Hindus, Sikhs, Parsis, Christians, Muslims. So all the people, they have the right to preach their religion. They can talk about their religion. So that is called as India is a secular state. Yes. So, some other countries, for example, Nepal is a, that's totally entirely, a Hindu country. Okay. So here, it did not depend upon any other religion. So India is a secular state. All the religious people, they can have the right to speak about their religion. So that's the meaning. Okay. Then next one, what is given, it provides an independent judiciary. It provides an independent judiciary. Okay, judiciary in the sense, what is that? Here, Supreme Court. Okay, it provides an independent judiciary. Yes, so Supreme Court, High Court is there. Okay, so that's the thing. The next one, it introduces universal adult franchise. What does mean by universal adult franchise? In the sense, children, those who are above 18 years of age, they can have the right to cast their vote without any discriminations. Yes, without any discriminations. What does mean by discrimination? Yes, treating one person or or a group worse than others. Yes, treating one person or group worse in the sense bad, B-A-D, worse, W-O-R-S-E, yes, worse than others. Okay, so that is the thing, children. Okay, so these are the things, these are the salient features of the Indian Constitution. The first one I told you, it's a lengthiest constitution, like that I told. Then, it has borrowed many good things from others' constitution, like that I said. Then third point I said, it is partly rigid, partly flexible, like that. Then, it establishes federal system of government. Then India is a secular state, like that I told. Then moreover, it provides an independent judiciary in the sense Supreme Court. Okay, yes, Supreme Court is there, like that they are telling. Yes, then last one, it provides, otherwise it introduces constitution, introduces universal adult franchise. What is the meaning? Just before I told you, children, yes, those who are above 18 years of age, they can have the right to cast their vote without any discrimination. Okay, so these are the salient features of the Indian Constitution. Okay, the next one, what is given? Yes, 1.4, it is talking about, a preamble. What does mean by preamble? Just before only I told you, children, preamble means introduction. Okay, introduction of the Constitution. Okay, so preface, otherwise, introduction or preface to the Constitution. So here, it has consisted in the preamble part, it has consisted ideals, objectives and basic principles of the Constitution. Okay, so how they were described, in the sense, a preamble has been described as the key to the Constitution. Regarding the Constitution, what are the things are there, what are the good things are there, everything it is given in the preamble in a short manner. Okay, yes, so the preamble to the Indian Constitution based on the objective resolution. Objective resolution Who drafted, in the sense it was drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru. Yes, so which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on January 22, 1947. Okay, so it has been amended once by the 42nd constitutional amendment. They made some changes, amendment like that I am telling. No, that's one. That one, they made some changes which added three principles. So three principles, which added three principles in the sense, three words they were added. What are they in the sense? Socialist, okay, socialist, secular and integrity. Socialist, secular and integrity. So the preamble, begins with the phrase, we the people of India. Is the, for example, American Constitution, how it is starting in the sense, we the people of United States of America. Likewise, in Indian Constitution, is the preamble, is the introduction part, how it is starting in the sense, we the people of India. Is thus we can say that the people of India are the source of our constitution. Who is the source of our constitution? Indians. Okay, we people. Okay, the people of India. Okay, yes. Then the preamble of our constitution, states that India is, the preamble of the Indian Constitution states that Indians, the India is a sovereign, one word answer, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, so its aim, what is the aim of the constitution in the sense? Is secure, to secure, what is the meaning? Protect. Okay, protect all Indian citizens socially, economically and political justice. Okay, politically, yes, so the which is protecting us in the sense, our Constitution of India protecting us in all the fields, in the social field, economic field, as well as the politics, political field also. It is securing us, it is protecting us. That's the thing, children. Okay, yes, the next one, what is given in the sense 1.5 in the citizenship. Okay, citizenship column, citizenship para, what other things are there in the sense, we can check, children. The word citizen, okay, the word citizen, one word answer, children. The word citizen is derived from the Latin word civis. Okay, this is the one word answer. It means, what is the meaning? Resident. Is a resident of a state, as a living, as those who are living in that particular state or city. Okay, so that's the thing, children. The Constitution of India provides for a single as well as uniform citizenship for the whole of India. Yes, so this is the one word answer, children. Article 5 to 11 is Article 5 to 11 under the part 2 of the Constitution deals with the citizenship. So which articles says about citizenship in the sense? Article 5 to 11 in the part 2, under part 2 of the Constitution, is deals with the citizenship. Is whomever can acquire, acquire in the sense getting. Okay, whomever can get the citizenship, whomever have, they cannot have that citizenship, is whomever, is laws of citizenship, everything we can learn, children. Citizenship Act is Citizenship Act, which year it was passed in the sense 1955 it was passed. One word answer, children. Yes, 1955, the Citizenship Act was passed. So it provides for acquisition and loss of citizenship. Just before I told, acquisition means, what is the meaning? Getting the citizenship, as well as loss of citizenship after the commencement of the Constitution. Yes, after the commencement in the sense beginning. Okay, commencement in the sense, what is the meaning? Beginning of the Constitution. This act has been amended so far 8 times. So 8 times, they were made some changes in the Citizenship Act. The first one, Citizenship Act, in the Citizenship Act, 2 things are there. One is acquisition of citizenship, whomever can have the right to get the Indian citizenship, whomever cannot have the Indian citizenship. So that is the loss of citizenship. The first one, acquisition of citizenship. See, according to the Citizenship Act, 1955, the citizenship could be acquired through any of the following methods. So some methods are there. By birth. Yes, so we people are getting the citizenship by our birth. Yes, so by our birth we can, we can get the citizenship. Then by descent also we can get the citizenship. by registration also, through the method of registration also, we can have the right to get the Indian citizenship. By naturalization, yes, by naturalization also, we can have the right to get the citizenship. Finally, by incorporation, yes, incorporation of territory, yes, incorporation of territory. So these are the things, through these ways and all, we can get the citizenship. Yes, which country citizenship? Indian. Yes, Indian citizenship we can get. Yes, now I am going to explain about the by birth. Yes, by birth in the sense we people, all the persons, we born in India. Yes, it on or after January 26, 1950. Okay, January 26, 1950 are treated as citizens by birth. So we people, by birth we got a citizenship, Indian citizenship. The next one, by descent. Yes, by descent in the sense a person born outside India on or after January 26, 1950, that person also he can be a citizen of India. When in the sense, when his father is a citizen of India at the time of his birth. Okay, so particularly that one person is born in America, in the sense the person's father should be a citizen of India. So that time, he can easily get the citizenship of India, otherwise Indian citizenship, like that they are telling. Okay, the next one, by registration. Yes, by registration a person can get citizenship of India by registration with the appropriate authority. Yes, I need to become an Indian citizen, like that, they have to register, they have to tell to the government, inform to the government. By registration they can become a Indian citizen. Okay, the next one, by naturalization. Yes, how it is possible in the sense a foreigner also can get the Indian citizenship on application. Yes, so by giving the application for the naturalization to the government of India, by giving application to the government of India, a foreigner even can become a Indian citizen. Yes, so the next one, the last one, by incorporation of territory. By incorporation of territory. So here what is given in the sense, in this event, is in the event of a certain territory being added to the territory of India. Yes, certain territories, being added to the territories of India, the government of India shall specify some persons. Specify the persons of that territory also shall be a citizen of India. Okay, by incorporation. So when they are adding, yes, so when some country people, when they are adding with India also, India, that time also, that people or even, they can become an Indian citizen, like that they are telling. Okay, so through these ways. So what are the ways I told, children? By birth I told. Is it? By birth I told. Then what are the ways and all I told? By descent I told. By descent. Then by registration. By naturalization. Yes, then by incorporation of territory. So these ways and all, one person can become an Indian citizen. Okay. Yes, the next one. Laws of citizenship. Yes, when in the sense, laws of Indian citizenship in the sense, when three conditions are there. One is renunciation. Renunciation is voluntarily, ending their post. Yes, voluntarily, no need like that. Some people used to tell, no, renunciation. So that's the thing. Second one, termination. Yes, the second one, what is that? Termination. Termination in the sense, ending of a contract. Yes, ending of a contract. Some people used to tell, yes, so I am going to stop everything. Yes, I am going to end everything. Yes, ending that contract. Okay, so that is the termination. Then last one in children, deprivation. Deprivation since damage. Okay, so through these ways and all, they used to lose their Indian citizenship. Okay, so here also the same thing only it is given, children. Okay, yes, so what are the ways and all one person can lose their Indian citizenship in the sense renunciation, termination and deprivation. Okay, so the first one, it can be voluntarily renounced. Just before I told, voluntarily some persons, they used to tell, is no need this one in the sense renounced by citizen. That is a renunciation. Okay, the next one, termination. If a person acquires the citizenship of some other country, okay, some other Pakistan or American citizenship also, if he has in the sense, that person will be terminated. Okay, so that's a meaning. Okay, the next one. Third one, last one, children, the last one, the central government can deprive, okay, can deprive naturalized citizen if it is satisfied that the citizenship was acquired by fraud. Okay, sometimes the Indian government, yes, if they found out this person, the particular person is fraud, false representation, okay, or concealment of material facts, okay, material facts, concealment in the sense hiding something, okay, hiding something, hiding of material facts, otherwise or indulges in the sense involved, okay, involved in trade with enemy countries, or if the person had been sentenced to imprisonment, if he is getting a punishment, yes, jail punishment, anything is there, yes, in the sense for a period of 2 years, if he is getting in the sense that time that particular person will lose his citizenship, especially Indian citizenship. So these are the ways only the persons they were losing their Indian citizenship. What are the ways are there in the sense? So three ways I told the children: renunciation, termination, and deprivation. Okay, the once again I am telling: renunciation, termination, and deprivation. Okay, so these three ways only a particular person can lose their Indian citizenship. Okay, so remaining things next class we can see, children. Okay, question answers everything in the PDF I will send in the group, children. Okay, children, thank you very much.